Certainly. My name is Sunil. Today I'm going to teach you how to use expense tracker module in ADDA. If you're an accountant in any apartment community, then this module will help you manage your entire expenses accurately. Let me take you through the module and explain you the functionality and feature that can help you manage your expenses accurately. Let me share my screen. Hope you're able to see the admin dashboard. As soon as you log into the ADDA and switch to admin dashboard, this is the page that you land. On your left-hand panel, you can see a couple of finance modules, and one of the module is expense tracker. At the right end of it, you can see a small drop-down, and by clicking on it, all the sub-module of it will pop. The first sub-module is setup. Let's understand what is there in the setup. The first feature that we have in the setup is that the next voucher number. It gives you an information that the next voucher number, and also it allows you to change it the way you want it. For example, you want the voucher number to be started from 2024-001, you can make the changes here. One thing that you need to keep in mind is that once the changes is done, you cannot come back. The next setup that we have here is that assigning approval level for purchase request. What is purchase request, right? So let's understand that first. Today, in any apartment community, there are service providers who issue invoices at the end of every month. And then the management committee has to make the payment to the service providers. When I say the service providers are like security service providers, housekeepers, utility, STP, WTP, and then you have swimming pool, gym, so on, right? Now, as and when these expense invoices have been given to the accountant typically gives a call to the management committee and then inform about these invoices have come, and then the management committee has to walk in to the society office, and then they verify and they approve it, and then the accountant will initiate the payment. So if you see this, there's a lot of manual intervention here. This entire process involves a lot of manual intervention. The accountant has to inform manually, the management committee has to walk into the accounts office manually, and then they have to take a lot of time, and then too much of dependency, right? The purchase workflow of ADDA will eliminate all these manual intervention and errors. Now, hope you got a better idea of ADDA purchase workflow system. Now let's understand the setup. What is level 1, level 2, level 3? Now, in a management committee in an apartment, there will be 7 or more than 7 board members like treasury, secretary, vice president, president, right? So if and more than 100 expense takes place in a month, and then these expenses gets divided into management committee board members, right? Gets divided among them. Now, for housekeeping, there will be one person, president would be an approver. For security, vice president would be an approver. Finance related stuffs, treasurer would be an approver, right? There is a clear distinguish being managed in most of the community. For so-and-so expenses, so-and-so person or management committee member would be an approver. So if you have that kind of a structure in your community, then you can have this level 1, level 2, level 3 setup done, so that whenever an expense is created, right, through a purchase workflow mechanism, then it goes to the first approver, he approves it, and then it goes to the second and the third. For that purpose, it is important for you to mark this level 1, level 2, level 3 from the management committee list that you have. If you see here, I have 3 management committee people. One is Archana, Sunil, and Veeresh Shatani. If you want more, you can add it. Where you can add it? Under units and user module, access control. Under management committee, you have 3, and this is the list that you have seen in the bank and cash, expense tracker and setup page. Now, if you want to add more people, then you click on add management committee, choose the committee member. And then, as soon as you click on it, then you give them the expense tracker module access. So this way you can add whomsoever is missing in the list, you can add them by coming into units and user access control, giving an expense tracker module, they will be listed down under expense tracker setup page. You can see them here. And then you can do level 1, level 2, level 3 approval setup done here. Once this setup is done, then the third feature that we have under the setup is that updating the HSN SAC code for all the expenses that you have. Now these are the expense names, account names, and then right to that you can update the SAC and HSN code if you have it. How do you do it? You just have to click on this update and update the SSN and HSN codes. After that, if you see in this list, there are a couple of expenses that you have for your community are missing. How do we add it? At the end, there's a note to add or edit the above accounts. Please go to this link, General Ledger Chart of Accounts Expense. It takes you to the page where you can add the new expense accounts and ensure the accounting number is unique and mention the group name and save it. Once you save it, it will show up under expense tracker setup page. And if you want to add SAC HSN, you can update to that. Hope you're clear with the setup page. Now let's go to the next feature of expense tracker. The next submodule of expense tracker is purchase workflow. Now you have done the level 1, level 2, level 3 setup. Now you are going to the purchase workflow page. Let's understand before creating the purchase request, let's understand what functionality we have on the purchase workflow. One is unapproved purchase request, which means when you create a purchase request, if it is not approved, it will be under unapproved purchase request. Once it approved, it moves to unapproved purchase request. Like this, you have visibility. One is my approval. If you have certain PR to be approved from you, then it will come under my approval required, like this. If it is to the level 1 after you, then it shows in the level 1 approval, and then it shows in the level 2 approvals. So this way you can easily track at which level this PR is there, so that you can inform them and get it approved. So now once it is approved, it goes to the approved purchase request. Now let's create a purchase request and see what functionality or features we have under create purchase request page. One is title. Let's assume I've got a bill from housekeeping, right? So for the month of December, I'll put title like housekeeping services for the month of December 2023. And then write the description if whatever you want. And if you want to give more information about the invoice number, invoice date, and other information about the invoice, you can give it here. And then from whom you have got this invoice. Now I've got this invoice from AFM. Then account is housekeeping expenses. I choose this. As soon as I choose, you get to see a new pop-up which gives you an information of whether this head has a budget, how much we have spent so far, and the variance, right? Now, if you're not, let's assume you're choosing this insurance expenses. And then if you see the budget is not set here. And if you want to set the budget, this head is not there, and if you want to set the budget, you just have to go back to the expense tracker module. The fifth feature, the submodule of it is the budget. Go here and set up the budget. So how do you set up? Two options. One is you can set up by clicking on setup. You can manually key in the amount data against each and every expenses, or you can go to and save it, or you can go to setup via Excel upload. Download the template, step 1, follow the step 2, follow the step 3, fill in all the information, save it as a CSV file and upload. In one shot, all the budget figures gets uploaded against the expenses. Hope you're clear. Now let's go back to the purchase workflow. Now again, I'll go to the purchase workflow. I'll create purchase request. Now I go to title, housekeeping services. For December 2023. Now I take the description, and as I told you, you can put whatever description you want for this invoice, and then choose the vendor from whom you have received it and choose the expense head. is housekeeping services and the budget reflects. See everything is matching and then put the value. I've received a bill of 10,000 and then I have I've selected the setup I've done in a way is that only level one is enough. For me, level one is fine. If you want level one, level two, level three, at the setup page level, you can make the changes. I'll show you why it's showing for me only level one, why level two, level three is not showing. Because if I go to expense and setup, if you see here, I've done the setup this way. That only level one I've done the setup. If I choose to level one, level three, like Archana level one, Sunil level two, or Virish Atani level three, then I would see three sections here: level one, level two, level three. Since I have done a setup like only level, I've listed down every MC under level one. That's the reason you're seeing everybody under level one. You're not seeing level two, level three because I've not done the setup. Now, how many approval I would require? Let's assume I don't want level two, level three, but I want to list down every board members at level one, but I want 2 out of 5 or 3 out of 7. Then I put, I want 2 out of 3, right? Or 3 out of 3, like that. So I choose only one and I save. As soon as I save, it asks me one more new, feature comes out. One is that is choose file. So it asks you to upload the bill of these expenses. December month, you have got a bill from the AFM. You have to scan that bill and upload it here. Ensure everything is captured here because this is going to be very helpful for you. Not only tracking this information, providing a report, and also for the auditor to review at the time of auditing. Finally, once you upload the file, click this finalize and save. See, as soon as it is saved, since I've asked only one approval out of 3, so it pops up 2 radio buttons. One is approve under approval and the reject. If everything looks fine, I just approve it. If everything, something is wrong, then I'll just reject it. With the rejection, it asks a reason why you're rejecting it. If you want to approve it, you can approve it. Everything seems to be fine and approve it. Now, until I approve, you can see this PR 33. This is the PR 33. It will be under my approval required 33. Okay. So if I approve this and I view it and then I approve this, it goes to, now it's approved. Now this 33 will not be there under my approval. If you see, the 33 is not there. It will be there in the approved purchase request. You're able to see it has come in the approved purchase request. Now what you do? Very simple. Follow the steps. Once it is approved, go to view. Just view it, and you have an option to create invoice. Very connected flow, right? So go to approved, and then you click on this create invoice. So and then you have the invoice number. Put in the invoice number and then invoice date, and then expense that is already auto populated from the PR, and PR number is also from PR. You can see from PR 33, and description you can write for housekeeping services for December 2023. If you have HSN, it also auto populates and the amount, and then the GST. Right? If you have 10,000 or you're charging 18% GST, choose 18% GST. Then what happens is that as soon as you choose 18%, it pops up. You can see this tab. So this give you details. 10,000 is the value, 900 is the GST, input state GST, input central GST, and 2% is the TDS. If you see here, TDS is 2%. So that is also showing the final payable is 11,600, right? So this is how you do it, and then post entry. And if you want to attach certain file to it, you can attach that file and save. Right now, invoice has been posted. If you want to create an accounting entry for payment, you can do it right from here by clicking on enter payment to AFM. So it takes you to the payment page, or you just create an invoice and you later on want to create this payment entry. You can go to buy vendor, and then you can go to buy vendor. You can see this AFM. This is the PR that we have created now. You can see the information, PR number 33. And the invoice is created 11,600. By clicking on the invoice number, you can see the breakup of it, invoice details and everything, right? And then either you can After creating the PR, immediately you can create a payment. Otherwise, at a later stage, you can come to this buy vendor page, go to the respective vendor, click on payment, and post the payment. Now I'm posting this payment. I'm making this payment via check number 123566 and amount paid from bank one to this date. So if you see, the payment entry is also being posted under buy vendor against this AFM vendor. So we have created an invoice and the payment entry is also there. So your invoicing is also have happened and your payment also happened perfectly, right? So you get all the information. What are the information you get by clicking on the invoice? You get the invoice value, GST, TDS. And after that, you know what is the payable and you make the payment. So under buy vendor, the third submodule of expense tracker, you can see all the vendors you have. In case if you want to make certain changes to the vendors details, you can click on this name, hyperlink. There's an hyperlink. Click on it. It takes you to the vendor master, and you capture whatever information you want. For example, you want to make the changes to the expense head, or you want to add GST percentage, or you want to add GST number and PAN number, TDS section. Everything can be added over here. So if you want to add a new vendor, right? And then how do you do it? In the same page. By vendor, there's an add vendor button. Click on it and fill in all the information and create. The new vendor will get created. Now, in this way, you can view the history of the account statement, like how much invoice you have received, how much you have paid, and what is the final payable you have. If you see, there's a payable of 1,07,000. So you can see the details of it under current due, right? And the full account statement. Also, you can see it here. The next feature we have invoice. Either via PR system, you can create invoice the way I've shown you the steps just before this, or you can come here and create an invoice here. Just click invoice and fill in all the information, and then create invoice, make the payment. So hope you understood the buy vendor page and how do you create invoice, how do you make payment, and all that stuff. Now let's understand buy date. This is just that to track for so and so date how much expense you have done. For example, 1st January 24 to 31st, how much expense have done, it shows. Because if you see, I have paid 11,624 January, so these entry shows up. If I want to fetch from December 2023, it gives an information for 1st December, what is the accounting entries you have passed, and you can also export it to Excel. So much of invoice you have created and so much of payment you have done. You can export to Excel as well. Now the next feature, which I've already explained, is the budget. So if at all you want to set up the budget, you can come over here. You have two options, either setup or setup via Excel. The next functionality feature we have under expense tracker is expense comparison. So this will help you understand month on month how much you are how much expenses incurred against each and every expenses, like this. So left April this much, May, June, July. In case of any variance, you can quickly understand why the variance, take the necessary actions. So this is a very important report which will help you understand your the trend of the expenses of the last 12 months or last 12 months, that way. And you can export to Excel as well. Finally, we have a report, multiple reports we have available: expense comparison pie chart, expense summary, GST report for remittance. When you fetch this, it'll help you understand, the base value, party, and then place of supply, SGST, IGST, CGST, GST percentage, gross amount. Every information that is required for filing, GST filing, you can track it here. So like this, there are so many reports available here. You can explore one by one, and you can understand very easily, because these reports are built keeping a layman in mind, so that it's a very easily understandable report. Hope you understand the functionality of expense tracker module and the benefits of it. We will see you in the next module. Thank you.